How are things going, man? You like last offseason is not an offseason when you're in the draft process, right? So how has it been different this
feel like
spring?
you kind of got it, or are you breaking through a fire hose? How's this work?
I just feel a little more comfortable. I can just go out and execute, and I kind of just know what to expect a little bit, and when I'm in the meeting room, I'm taking down notes of how to execute versus what the play is and what I'm doing. So it's a lot easier, for sure.
What do you take away good and bad from last year after you step back and assess?
Just say I got to be better, getting open, finishing plays, and I feel like everything else will just everything's just gonna come together though. Really.
We asked Reggie how your second year was going. He said, "Well, we haven't been in an argument yet."
Yeah, it's coming, dog. It's coming. Probably when the pads come on and the heat start turning up a little bit, everybody get angry in the sun. So,
Is that a good thing?
Yeah, for sure.
When the season ended, you told us you had a little bit of growing up to do. Like, how much time did you take to reflect when the season ended?
I'm gonna be real. As soon as the season ended, I didn't even think about it. Just went home and just kind of soaked in the life around me. Being with my parents, my brothers, my daughter. It made me appreciate a lot of the little things, because I obviously ain't get that time during last year's offseason and just the whole year. So it was just, when they say it's the longest year of your life, they really do. So I just kind of probably like a month before we got in, that's when I really started honing in on it. And it's just been feeling good.
How much did you need that breather?
Oh, I needed that, for sure. Just get away from everything, get away from everybody. I see we all see each other every day, so at some point you're gonna get tired of it, for sure.
But also just the everyday, like playing this league is hard, right? And then you went from college season to training, draft, then off season, training camp. Like it never stopped, right? I mean, how much of that mental strain weighs on you, and do you just need a break from that part?
You don't never really realize how much is weighing on you till it's off your shoulders. So, that's why this just when we first broke, just that family time was so important to me. It was something that I was missing out on and whatnot. So. But yeah, it wasn't easy. I'll tell you that. It definitely wasn't easy.
When you watch film of yourself last season, there's some great stuff on there, right? And then there's some stuff I'm sure you want back. How do you put it all together? Like, what do you think is missing to put it all together?
Whoever the quarterback said, that's where I'm at. So I'm in that hip pocket whenever I can get there. And it's gonna take care of itself for sure.
Hey, how's your start, finishing plays? What do you think kind of held you back in that area last season?
Probably just myself, just not finishing plays. Nobody gonna make an excuse for me, and I for sure ain't. So just that.
Do you think it's more like film, timing? Anything you could contribute specifically? And just not getting open wasn't an issue for you. But do you look at the end of plays as just not being on the same page as quarterbacks?
What feels different? Maybe in this.
It's a lot that go into it, but we had that conversation plenty of times this offseason, so I'm pretty sure I'm good now.
How did the hunger change when you're a rookie trying to get into the league, trying to just get drafted till now you're here, you're trying to take that next step now that you're in the NFL?
Well, I definitely say my rookie year, what's evident is, getting open never been my problem. Never really had an issue with that. So, now it's not a question of do I belong. It's, okay, like, how do I stay here? And, just the day-to-day process, just from the start of OTAs to the end of the season, that's much longer than any college season I've ever been a part of. So just understanding that it's a marathon, not a race. And, just really just staying healthy. And, I feel like just the day-to-day grind will take care of all the rest of the stuff, especially on the field.
Sorry. If you look at last season, you could half full or half empty, right? Half empty is, oh man, I left a lot of plays out there. Half full is like, you know, if I can fill in those blanks, so to speak, I can have like a real big season. How did you look back at it?
I'm never gonna look at nothing half empty. But I'm always take accountability in my actions, and you know the things that I did well, I've been doing well, you know, my whole life. So you know the things that I didn't do well necessarily, just finishing plays and just being on the same page with the quarterback. That's really the main things that I really focused on during the offseason. So, because I mean this football, I mean, running routes isn't hard. Like getting open isn't hard. So, you know, everything else I feel like will just take care of itself.
What's your take so far on Daniel Jones? Obviously, a little bit of a QB competition going on. Anthony on the sideline, but what's your take on him so far?
I like both of them, man. I feel like we got a great room, you know, from 1, 2 to 3. You know, I feel like, but just Daniel specifically, you know, he came in just about business. And, you know, as a receiver, you love that. So, him and AR, this gonna be a fun ride, and I'm just excited for it all. So.